Welcome to the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner, alongside Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger.
That's me.
Thanks for tuning in. We're going to give you all your real estate news, all of your mortgage news. Where are the rates at? What's going on with inventory? What's going on in this market? And by the way, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm going to talk about, Bruce, we got inventories at a 4-year high, but Orlando's doing better than that. Sales since the election are up 10%. I wonder why. Rates, they're around 7%, but how do you get around that? You've got some ways.
Well, there are some ways we can do that. We're going to talk about that in the show, so you'll want to pay close attention. Well, there's several things. You and I want to make sure that everyone that wants to consider buying a home this year or would like to learn how to be an investor to build a portfolio of real estate knows that we're doing a class on January 22nd in Winter Park, Florida. That would be, I think that's a Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. Wednesday night, the 22nd at 6:30 at the Ale House in Winter Park. Go to WeBringYouHome.com. We will show you everything you need to know about how to purchase real estate the right way, the way investors do it, how to choose the right tenants, how to vet the right tenants, how to be a great landlord, and how to build a portfolio of real estate so you can retire with wealth and generational wealth to pass on to your family. If that's something you're interested in, then go to WeBringYouHome.com and register right now. We have limited seats available.
So I don't have the numbers for December sales closing out 2024, Bruce, but inventory around the country, inventory is way up at a 4-year high. Now, the thing about Central Florida, we've been sitting and the inventory has been the same for about 6 months. So that's like Central Florida. Whenever you hear a bit of news, any kind of real estate news, you got to wonder, okay, is that the national market? Is that the market in another state? Is that the Florida market? Is that the Central Florida market? So in Central Florida, inventory is holding steady. And I believe as soon as I see these numbers, I'll have them on the next show. The December sales, which will be, I think they'll be great since the election because they jumped up like 15% over the prior month. So for a winter month, for December to beat October, November is just unheard of. But thanks to the Trumpster, I think that's what happened. People are like, okay, we've got some sanity returning to government and we're going to get out there and look for houses now. But with these rates, Bruce, we're around 7%. But we can ask the seller for closing costs.
Absolutely. Highly advise it.
We can do a buy down. What other ways are you seeing people to get that done?
Well, there are buy downs. You can do a temporary buy down or you can do a permanent buy down. Either way, it depends on exactly what it is that you'd like to do. We have options for you to keep your payments down and under control. Some of our builders are doing permanent buy downs. So there's ways you can do that. However, you can only be so creative when it comes to buying your rate down. And on a temporary buy down, the client still has to qualify at the full rate, the current rate. They can't qualify at the buy down rate. So it does pose some problems for people. I think
most people are kind of seeing what's happened. Inventory grew over the last 8 months, and actually about 9 or 10 months has been growing. And that's the people, even though they have a 3 or 4% interest rate left over from COVID and when they refied or when they bought their home, life is happening. They need to move, better jobs.
And it's interesting you say that because you and I have found that in today's market, nobody that just wants to move is doing it right now.
It's people that have to.
It's the people that need to. They have to. They've outgrown the home. The family's grown. Yep. They need to downsize. Whatever the need is, they've got a job relocation. They're tired of renting. But just the guy that's got a 3% interest rate on his current mortgage and wants to buy a nicer home, but they're okay with the one, they're not moving right now.
No,
they're holding steady.
It's the diamonds, diapers, divorce. What else we got?
Death and downsizing.
Downsizing. That's it. So if you need help with any of that real estate planning this year, I'm the one to help you on that. My phone number, 407-352-8118. And Bruce, how do they reach you?
Yeah, you can always call the Lone Ranger at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144, or go to WeBringYouHome.com lonearranger.com for the loan arranger. We will definitely get you fixed up. If you're looking to purchase a home or refinance a home, I want you to listen to this right now. Purchasing a home for a buyer, even though rates are a little bit higher than you'd like to see them, is the opportunity. Cleve just said something a minute ago. Our inventory is at an all-time high. When we say all-time high, it's about the highest in the last, 10 years?
It's a while. It's been
10 years.
13, 14
so
years,
we have gone from a seller's market to a balanced market. Right now, we're pretty close to balance, which gives buyers a better opportunity to negotiate. If you have more homes on the market to choose from, and that makes sellers more aggressive because there's more competition. So it gives the buyer a greater opportunity. So people go, I know there's a greater opportunity, but interest rates are higher and I don't like the payment, blah, 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 blah. Buy it now. Rates will drop eventually.
They're only going to pay that rate for probably a year,
maybe 18 months.
But here's the thing: if you want to pay, you might end up with a 7% rate now, and Bruce can help you get the best rate possible.
Absolutely.
Or pay $20,000 more 8 months from now.
That's right.
So I mean, just an election, just a good election.
You mean 20,000 more for the house?
Yes,
because it went up in value. Yes.
So, but just a good election, Bruce, and sales jumped up. Imagine when the bond market comes under control in the next couple months, and pipelines are open and Trump's in there doing executive actions and everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is great. And inflation is hopefully gone or way reduced. That's when the bond market's going to react and rates will drop.
Absolutely.
But that's more demand out there and prices will rise. I mean, just my seller traffic quadrupled after the election. My buyer traffic about doubled, which was it was pretty mediocre. It was pretty wimpy. And it has doubled. It is still not strong and brisk, but for example, half the houses out there, and listen to this: if you've been on the market for more than 60 days and you're not selling, whether it's buy owner or listed, give me a call, because if you've been on the market more than 60 days and haven't sold, there's something going on.
I agree with that. And it could be the staging. It could be, it was overpriced. It could be underpriced. It could be accessibility. Could be stinky dogs in the house.
Yep. So, and we know how to fix that and get that done. But I just had some people, Bruce, I had a house that was overwhelmed. It looked like a jungle outside. It looked like a zombie house, like nobody lived there. And so the gentleman, I said, we got to get this cleaned up. And he really just kind of didn't care about the home anymore. He's out of it, wants it gone. And I said, well, either we got to slash the price or spend a couple grand to dress up the yard and haul off 2 trailer loads full of stuff. Exactly. So it doesn't look like it's a big foreboding project that somebody's got to do. So, because all you get then is the lowball offers, which my spam is filled with every day. When I list something, all the hedge fund people that sit behind their desk and don't know how to do real estate, they email out offers for 60% or 50% of list price and call themselves professionals.
I agree.
But we can help you with that. So you're not seeing any relief coming on rates right now with the bond market?
I don't really see the Fed's not going to make another Fed cut, which in my opinion is a positive, not a negative, because every time they do a Fed cut, our interest rates go to hell in a handbasket. Yep. And that's because it's stimulating the stock market. So we really just need the market to settle, inflation to come down, and we've got to start producing energy. Once we start producing energy, you're going to start to see interest rates dropping back down again.
So, and I think that'll happen starting January 21st.
However, interestingly enough, this industry never ceases to surprise me. You would not think there'd be a lot of refinance opportunities right now because interest rates are up.
Yep.
But my refinance business is tripled.
Well, you're taking care of consumer debt, right?
I am taking care of
car
consumer
payments,
debt.
adding in consumer debt.
So if you are thinking about refinancing, let's just say you have an interest rate north of 6%, okay, and probably north of 6.5% or 7%. If you are in trouble because you've got a lot of consumer debt that you've built up and it's just sucking your paycheck dry, then you need to call me immediately and I'll help you consolidate that debt so you can refinance. If you are just looking to reduce your payment or your interest rate or eliminate PMI, now's not the time. So what I did, Cleve, is I created a VIP list for my clients.
Yep.
Then I started to get other clients that weren't my current clients calling me from the radio show, people that, friends had talked to, other clients had talked to and said, I want on your VIP watch list. So what I do is I don't encourage you to refinance right now. I put you on the refi list. When rates drop to that target market, then I call you, we lock a loan in and get you closed and start saving money. But for those of you that are swimming in debt right now, you've got to do something sooner than later. Because if you make one late payment on one credit card, it could completely eliminate anyone going in there and refinancing your home. So you don't want to get to a point where you're like, oh my God, I missed a payment. Well, now you're screwed. You're totally screwed. So don't let that happen to you. I am doing lots of debt consolidation. And you know what else I'm doing a lot of right now? Hard money loans.
Really?
So they go in cycles, but right now I'm seeing a lot of clients that just can't show their income, or they don't have the credit, and they're calling me for hard money loans. So I do them. You want private money, hard money. If you're an investor, you want to refi and you don't have the credit, there are programs that can help you. Now, the idea here is for me to fix the problem now, and then you fix your credit problem or your income problem, so that when I refinance you later, you get better terms. But yes, the private money is hot right now on purchases and refis.
Yep. And so I just think this market right now we're going into, Bruce, this is why it's important I talk to people about your plan, because some people may need to move right now.
Yes.
Other people I might advise to wait, or to rent the house out and leapfrog to the next house and become a landlord. So I've helped a lot of people do that. So I just think you've always got to have somebody in your corner helping you, just like they should get fast tracked with you, get their loan approved, and know where they're sitting, even if they're not ready. Like I just talked to one of our customers, and you set him up, and it's going to what is that? We got somebody strumming a guitar in the background.
I didn't hear that.
Okay. But we've got people just sitting, waiting, getting their application done, and you're helping them fix their credit and get all that set. So what else you got for us today, Bruce?
Well, I want to talk a little bit about opportunities too. So we talked about the opportunities for buyers. I'm looking to hire experienced people that have experience in the mortgage industry, 2 years, preferably bilingual. I'm looking for people to help me on my team, to help my clients, to get through the loan process, so that I have people that help me gather my clients' documents, help me structure the loans, put the loans together so I can review them and then and look at what programs are right for my clients. But these are opportunities I have. I'm also looking to open up some new branches. So there's branch opportunities available. If you are a loan officer and you would like to investigate the best mortgage company in the industry, call me at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. And let's talk about opportunities there.
Well, I think it's really, now's the time. This market's going to take off, but it's funny. Realtors, if you're listening, cross country does have the products.
We definitely have the products.
Most lenders talk about, I got great products. And I start asking about all the loans that you have. And they're like, I don't have that product. So cross country does have the products.
And if I didn't have the product, I'm going to find a way to get it right away.
To get it. So we can list that out in the next break. How much time we got? About a minute?
We got about 1 minute left.
All right. So Loveland Properties, if you need help becoming a landlord, you're a landlord now and you're not getting rent. You've got deadbeat tenants that don't pay or don't pay late fees. Call me. If you're thinking about selling your big home and downsizing, whatever your real estate plan is this year in 2025, call me. I can help. 407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com.
Yeah. And so when we come back, I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about Fannie Mae's new guidelines for reconsideration of value on an appraisal. So if you're a real estate agent out there, you are not going to want to turn this channel. You got to stay with me, because these are important things that are going to impact your business. So don't go away. Then I'm going to talk about FHA loan limits and self-employed buyers and reverse mortgages. Is it a go or a no? So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Cleve and I will be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger radio show. Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage, 407-250-9144, or WeBringYouHome.com. Cleve Loveland at 407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com. We'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger show. Don't go anywhere.